Hi! Welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you are new here. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Thank you. If you are new, I'm Andrea. I hope you stick around. I have a lot of writing focused stuff planned for this video. So as I'm filming this, it is July 1st. It is day 1 of Camp NaNoWriMo. This will go up on Monday, July 4th. So by the time you're watching this, we'll be a few days into Camp Nano. I think it will still be fun to share. I've shown this, but I've never specifically talked through it. So I thought for day 1 of Camp Nano, it'd be really fun if I show like my writing setup and how I set the mood for my writing sessions and how I create like a really nice atmosphere for writing. So if you're interested in that, stick around. You can skip forward to that section of the vlog, but I hope you'll like just sit back and relax and enjoy the vlog as it naturally progresses. So it is 10 minutes to 1 o'clock. I have overslept today, so that meant I was late taking a shower, washing my hair, so my hair is still air drying. I need to blow dry it in a little bit. I need to go get some lunch, brunch at this point. Ooh, very late brunch at this point. I need to get some coffee, even though it's decaf. I still need my coffee. And I do have some other bits of work that I want to do today before I start writing. So I think I'm going to start my camp writing for the day at about 4 o'clock. My goal for camp is 1,000 words, so that should not take me more than an hour. So even if I start at 4, I should still be done around 5, even if I lose some time at 4 chatting to you guys at the start of writing. I'll still be done by dinner time with my writing. It's probably gonna take, it might take me a little bit longer today to get like to my 1,000 words, just because I'm getting back into this project after being away from it for a while. But I have gone back over the last few days and reread the almost 6 chapters that I've written so far, and reread the remainder of the outline, or the outline for the rest of the chapters. So I did kind of remind myself of where I'm at with the story and where I've been, what I've written so far, and what I need to write next. So yeah, so before that, I just have some coaching business stuff I want to do. I wanted to try to film a video today. I'm suddenly getting all of these ideas for videos. The like script or like basic outline of the videos are just like popping into my head, almost fully formed. So I want to try to film one of those. I want to do some more reading in this book because I will be starting to edit. I'm still in my like off time from Independent Hearts, but I want to start editing that on Monday. My brain is not working. This is going to be a fun day. I want to start editing that on Monday. So I'm still taking some time off from that, but I have heard from 2 of my alpha readers already, and it is sounding like I probably don't have to do that much work before sending it to my beta readers, which reminds me I need to write in my planner to email my beta readers just to figure out who still wants to be a beta reader for this series and whatnot, so that once it is ready, which hopefully by the middle of July, it'll be ready to be sent to the beta readers, because the feedback so far is really good. So I don't think it's, and I felt really good about it, so I don't think it's gonna need a whole lot of work, which is making me feel really optimistic about timeline for publishing it. But yeah, so that's all going well. So I've got a few things I want to get done before I let myself start writing. I want that to kind of be the last thing I do of the day before I just kind of really relax for the weekend. Of course, I will be writing over the weekend because that's how camp works. You don't have to write every day for camp, but I just kind of like doing that. I feel like I'd rather do 1,000 words a day than do more than 1,000 a day Monday through Friday in order to take the weekends off. And after seeing where I'm at with this project, the thought of getting at least 31,000 words written over the course of this month by doing 1,000 words every single day makes me feel really excited about getting that project done. I've got the windows open for now, but by the time 4 o'clock rolls around, I'm definitely going to close everything up and create my like little cozy writing nook. We'll talk about that when we get there. And yeah, it's going to be a good day. I'm deciding that. I'm declaring that right now. It's going to be a good day. I'm going to get a lot done, and I'm looking forward to writing, getting back into writing. I haven't written anything for over a week now, so this is gonna be exciting. So stick around, get something cozy and refreshing. I know those sound like two different things, but it is summer for a lot of us, although some of you, it is winter in the southern hemisphere. So either a refreshing beverage and snack of your choice or a cozy, comforting beverage and snack of your choice, depending on which applies. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of a mix of both throughout the day. And yeah, get settled in and enjoy the rest of this vlog. Okay, it is now 4 o'clock, which is when I wanted to start writing. It's been a bit of an afternoon. Filmed the outlining video. Not sure how well it turned out, so hopefully I don't have to refilm it. I think I got it though. And I have done some work on my website, but I'm done with that for now. My brain can't handle anymore, so I'm switching to writing, and I thought it would be fun to walk you through what my writing setup is / how I set the mood for writing, and then I'm going to get started on my writing for the day. So first thing I'm going to do, because it's starting to really give me a headache, is I'm going to close the blinds on this window. Oh, come on. Are you now not going to slide nicely for me? Ugh, that's better already. I've put my sunshade blockers in this window, which just makes it so much darker and nicer in here, if I'm being perfectly honest. Actually, I am going to close this. There! That's better. You can still see me. That's much cozier. This is something I've done recently as I was finishing up Independent Hearts 2. I've started really blocking out that window and this window. It makes the apartment much darker, like it would be. I love the coziness of writing at night when everything's dark and everything's quiet, but I don't like writing at night. It just keeps my brain way too active into the evening and makes it really hard for me to sleep. But I realized that if I closed all the blinds, especially with the sun blocker shades in this window, because around this time of day, the sun is starting to really reflect off the building across from me. And so it's not full sunlight, like it's not the sun itself, but it's pretty close. And so it's just really bright and starts to hurt my eyes, and then I start to get a headache, and that can then become a migraine, and it's not good. So closing the blinds and just making it really dark and cozy in here, just number one, helps set the mood. So if you are someone like me who likes writing at night because of that cozier feel, but you have to write during the day, close your blinds. Find a way to block out the light from the window. Like, find a room that you can really close the door and the blinds and just make it feel more like nighttime. That's been a huge thing for me. The other things that I do as I'm getting started, so I'm gonna start that process, is I get my candle. I've talked about this before, but every book project I write has its own candle. So I've used Jo Malone's Peony and Blush Suede for my Across the Pond series. I used a combination for Independent Hearts. For book 1 of Independent Hearts, it was the Old Books candle from Candle Chemistry, which is a local Phoenix-based company. For book 2, I alternated between Applewood and Amber and Leather and Embers. Both of these are by Threshold. They're from Target. These are both wood wick candles. Love these. I have run low. They've lasted longer than I thought. I was really impressed because I bought 2 of the Applewood and Amber just in case. So these will definitely get me through the editing process. So anytime I'm working on the different projects, I use the candles. So whether I'm outlining, writing, editing, formatting, cover designing, if it is that project I'm working on, that's the candle that I light. For Royal Romance, this was a birthday gift to myself a while ago, and I knew I wanted to save it for like a book project, for something special, because this is a very premium candle. This is Replica, which is by Maison Margiela, and this is their Whispers in the Library candle, and so it's paper and waxed wood. It's not like old books. Old books really does smell like old book pages. This smells like a really rich and luxurious like library. Like I would wear this as a fragrance. Like, so it does have more of like a luxury fragrance smell, which I think works out really well for the Royal Romance project. Like, this smells like it could be the library in one of the palaces of this book that I'm writing. So I will always light the candle. Then I always have my music and some kind of atmospheric video. So I'm gonna use Epidemic Sound today. It's a new project, so I'm still figuring out my soundtrack for this book. I don't have like a designated playlist. I'm still figuring that out. So I think I'm going to be playing with the small emotions genre on Epidemic Sound. If you watched the video, the last video, which was my digital writing tools, I talked more about Epidemic Sound, but I've got it set to the small emotions genre, and then I'm just going to kind of listen to a bunch, but I'll probably narrow it down by mood to like romantic, relaxing, elegant, and just see what sounds I can find, and then I can start adding them to a new project playlist. So I will get that created. I have a virtual walking tour of Prague. So the location of this book and this whole series is a fictional European country. It's kind of nestled between Germany, the Czech Republic, and Austria. So the architecture and the way I'm describing it is definitely influenced by German styles, Czech styles, and Austrian styles. So I've been using some Prague walking tours as my like ambiance videos to have while I'm working on this project. So I'm going to turn one of those on. I've got my over-ear noise canceling headphones, so I'm going to connect these to my laptop so that I can listen to Epidemic Sound through these. I've got my project notebook for this project, so I always have my project notebook for whatever I'm working on beside me, so if I need to write down any notes as I'm writing. This one has also my character maps. There's a lot of background characters for this book in terms of like security people and palace staff and stuff like that. So as I'm coming up with names and like naming new characters, I always try to capture that somewhere, both in my project notebook and in Scrivener itself. I've already got Scrivener set to my theme for this project. That's another thing I do to set the mood. If you are working on multiple projects, or if you just work on one project at a time, you can create themes, like aesthetic themes in Scrivener. Change all the colors, image backgrounds, all kinds of things. So I've got one that I've titled Blush Palace, and that is what I use for this book. I've got one for Across the Pond. I had one for book 1 of Independent Hearts, and then a separate one for book 2 of Independent Hearts. And so when I get to the point where like I'm writing in this one, but I'm still working on editing Independent Hearts 2, I'll toggle between the two themes for whichever one I'm working on. And so visually it helps orient me because everything in Scrivener is now set up for this one project. And so that's another like really little thing that gets me into the mood for working on this. So the only other thing that I sometimes do, but I probably won't do it today, is I do keep on my desk my sprint journal and my little timer. This times my sprint breaks, so I'll leave my timer set in my iPhone to 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever I decide my sprint time of the day for the session is going to be. But then rather than changing it to 5 minutes or 3 minutes for a break, I'll use this little stand timer to help time my breaks, because then I can see that a little bit better. But I don't think I'm going to do sprints today. I think I'm just going to let myself write. I have gone back through, as I said earlier, and reread everything, so like I know roughly where I'm at, but I am still like getting back into this project, so I think it's gonna take me a little bit to kind of get going again. I don't want to say it could take me 10 minutes just to like get into it, so I don't want to start with like a 10-minute sprint or something. So I'm probably gonna write for about an hour. I'll check in with you guys partway through that maybe. And I do also have on my planner, I need to pull it back open. I mentioned this in my preparing for Camp Nano vlog. I've got the Camp Nano July workbook by Sarah Cannon from her channel Heart Breathings. I do want to make sure that I'm filling in the word trackers for today, so I'm going to have that open as well. I think all that's left is to light the candle and start writing. I need to go get a drink because I just have my water. I finished my coffee. So I think I'm gonna make some prickly pear lemonade or something and maybe grab a sweater. I'm not cold, I just feel like wrapping myself up in something and getting extra cozy. And then yeah, gonna dive into writing. I'm really excited to get back into this project, really excited. So let's get to it. Okay, it is a little bit after 5 and I have done 655 words so far, so I'm almost there. I just have a little bit more I need to write before I can stop, but I probably will go a little over 1,000 today, which would be really great. My hope is that every day I will do a little over 1,000. So 1,000 is kind of my minimum word goal that I'm aiming towards each day. I'm at the end of chapter 6, so it was kind of an awkward place to just stop back in November. What I'm kind of starting to just decide and start leaning towards is I want to always be writing something. I don't want to tell myself that I can't start writing the next book until another book is like done being edited or has been published or something. I just should always be writing something. I'm not really that happy when I'm not writing. Even if all I'm doing is 200 words a day, I really need to be writing something every day, at least Monday through Friday. I'm going to continue working on this even while I'm editing Independent Hearts 2. And then once this is done, even though this will be finished before I'm done publishing Independent Hearts 2, I will wait to edit this until Independent Hearts 2 is done, but I will start writing the next book, which I think is going to be Across the Pond book 4. I'm going to start working on that. I want to give myself a lot of time to work on that anyway, so I think that'd be really good to start working on slowly. Yeah, it sounds like a lot, and I'm not going to put any pressure on myself to do any of that. What I am going to put positive pressure on myself for is to write, to just always be writing something, even if it's just 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, just like 200 or 300 words. I just want to keep writing. And if that means I then end up with like a backlog of first drafts, that's not a bad problem to have as far as I'm concerned. And so, yeah, feels really good to be back writing, even though it's only been a week and a half. But I feel like I probably otherwise, would have been waiting and not moving on to the next project. And I'm really glad that I am, because I've really missed working on this project. I knew when I got into self-publishing that I really wanted to work my way towards having a royal romance series and developing that. And so that's why I'm working on this, and that's why I'm really excited to be back working in this project, because I love this. I love fairy tales. I grew up reading them, listening to them, watching them. I absolutely love fairy tales. I feel like contemporary royal romance are modern fairy tales. And so, yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. So enough chatting. I need to get back to work. I'm nearly done with my prickly pear lemonade. I'm going to dive back in, put the headphones back on, and get these last 350 words at least, but we'll see if I can go over. It's about 5:22 now, so I'll probably let myself write until 6 o'clock, and we'll just see where I get by then. Well, I went well over the goal for the day, so I am off to a cracking start on Camp Nano this month. I got up to 1,895 words. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna do a full 2,000, even though I could. It's 6:21 at the moment. I definitely wrote for more than an hour today, but that's okay. I feel like I can definitely get to 1,000 words in about an hour if I'm just trying to do the bare minimum. But I'm just really enjoying writing this. I'm making myself stop, even though I'm on to chapter 7 now. I'm really excited to write the next scene, so hopefully this will make it easier to do some writing over the weekend, because I definitely am a bit out of practice for weekend writing. I didn't do any writing on the weekends throughout all of May or all of June. So I need to get back into the habit of daily writing again. But I'm really excited to write at least the next 2,000 words. So I think writing the rest of this chapter over the weekend is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the story. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm sure there will be some rough points this month. It's never, smooth sailing the whole way through, but I'm just so excited about this story. And I'm so excited to write it. I now need to go get something sorted out for dinner. I will show you what I get up to this evening and talk to you later, but I think I'm done writing for the day. It is now after 9 o'clock sometime. I need to go to bed soon. I'm really tired. I've just been watching a movie. I've been watching Can You Keep a Secret on Netflix, which is an adaptation of this book by Sophie Kinsella. The book came out, I think the movie came out in like 2019, maybe 2020. Oh gosh, the book came out in 2004. Oh my gosh, 2004. I read this like a lifetime ago. That's nuts. I would have been like 23. I did not think the book was that old. I really loved the book. I remember really loving the book. The movie was cute. I think I would have really enjoyed the movie if I wasn't remembering things from the book. So now I've pulled this out from my collection because I think I want to reread this. I haven't read this one probably since. I don't think I read it when it first came out, and it looks like I might have bought a used copy at a secondhand bookstore because it's got a price written on the inside cover there. But still, I must have read it like 2006 maybe, 2007, so this would have been like my mid-20s. This was the height of my chick lit years, and Sophie Kinsella was one of the first chick lit authors that I read, and I've always hated the term chick lit, but I do think like my books I've always struggled with, are they contemporary romance? Are they women's fiction? Are they, you know, this or that? My books are chick lit. I just have to admit it. I don't like the term, but we haven't come up with anything better, and it really is. I feel like chick lit is what women's fiction mixed with romance is. Like, my books would some of my books, Independent Hearts in particular, would kind of stand up on its own without the romance. But the romance is also what makes those books really fun. So, yeah. But Sophie Kinsella is definitely one of those authors that has influenced my writing for sure. So, the movie, the title of it, I'm like, oh, that sounds really familiar. And then the plot line sounded familiar. And then as the opening credits were going, I was like, I really think this is based on the Sophie Kinsella novel. And then sure enough, it popped up based on the novel by Sophie Kinsella. They did the classic thing, the classic change that they do to all of my favorite British chick lit novels, which is they set it in New York instead of London. They did that with her Shopaholic series too, and it pissed me off so much because I wanted to see that film set in London, not New York. I know I'm biased because I really love London, but still, if a book is set in London, the film should be set in London. So I was a little irritated by that just because they always do that to films that are based on books. So, but that aside, it was a pretty decent adaptation. The book is still better, but they did keep, just from what I was flipping through some of the early pages, they did keep some of the really funny lines. So I'm curious now to reread the book and just see what I think about the book again. Sophie Kinsella's books are really fun, really lighthearted. I highly recommend her Shopaholic series, but I also have loved almost all of her other books that I've loved. I haven't read all of her other books, but I've loved all of her other books that I've read outside of Shopaholic. So Can You Keep a Secret is really good. 20s Girl is really good. I think the other one I love is called I've Got Your Number or something like that. That one's really good. I need to go back and reread quite a few of those because they just make me feel happy inside. So that can be our question of the vlog. Do you have any kind of feel-good books or favorite books that you will go back and reread? Or if you don't reread books, do you have books from when you were younger or like at a different stage in your life that you still have, that just like looking at that book or thinking about that book makes you think about, like, this book is just totally giving me Andrea in her mid-20s vibes. Like, I'm just flashing back to my mid-20s and what life was like when I was reading all of these types of very pink, very girly books. My AC is turned back on, so that is my sign to stop. I was off for about 8 minutes almost. That's not bad. I'm gonna go, so let me know what your favorite kind of reread or just sentimental, nostalgic books are in the comments below. Also, let me know if you're doing Camp Nano. Feel free to find me and add me as a buddy on there if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you for watching this vlog. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. answer the questions in the comments below, and I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!